Okay, so we are good to go. So what's up, everybody? Bloodman Bobby here, back with Ross again. Ross, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Bobby. It's pretty hot here in San Diego, but I'll try to maintain some dignity throughout the rest of this discussion.
Yeah, I'm sure we
And
can. I know it's been pretty hot lately in LA County. If you guys hear, I've got like a couple fans turned on. I'm trying to keep it on like a low setting so that it doesn't blow out my microphone. But anyway, yeah, so we're here to talk about the recent Nintendo Direct on September 12th. I wanted to do it live, but unfortunately, I'm having some technical difficulties, my computer operating system, so we're just going to be doing it pre-recorded today, but I'm sure you guys will tell us what you've thought about the recent direct in the comments. So, Ross, which game did you want to start with? For some of the announcements weren't even about games.
yeah, yeah, now that you mentioned that, I was not surprised a bit that they were gonna announce the new movie, the new Super Mario Brothers movie, which is called, wait, what's it called again? Like Super Mario Galaxy movie?
Yeah, the Super Mario
Yeah.
Galaxy movie. I think they previously announced it, but it's just the new thing was when they said it's Super Mario Galaxy, and that definitely blew me away. I wasn't expecting them to already go into Super Mario Galaxy. I thought they were just gonna call it the Super Mario Brothers movie 2, but it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go into Mario Galaxy. And yeah, and part of that reason of that surprise was just because I'm very nostalgic about that game. I still remember finishing it with my sister on our original Wii back when it first came out. I still have a lot of fun playing it. Has its emotional moments here and there, but yeah. What do you think of the announcement?
I thought they were gonna go to space in like the third game, and then the second game might be like Super Mario Sunshine or something, or just like yet another like Mario adventure. Because you could easily just recycle the assets, just like how Illumination does that for like the other movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm very curious about it because I know like weirdly enough, I'd say Super Mario Galaxy the games probably have like more story to them than the other Mario games. Like especially with regards to some of the lore aspect to it,
Uh-huh.
which yeah was like so in the games you have like Rosalina reading from like I think a children's book, which I found like to be at the time I found it to be like really interesting. So
Hmm.
maybe it was the movies that might like lean a tiny bit heavy into that, but this being Illumination, they don't really go like that hard into like the story. They just it's just basically like well yeah, you've seen the movies like Migration and Despicable Me and Minions and all that.
I've
Um
seen this which ones? I've seen a couple of the Despicable Me's, I've seen Minions, I've seen what else? Sing.
Secret Life of
They
Pets
I
or
think it's
Sing.
more they've dive into emotional sometimes, like with
Yeah.
Sing. Even the first Super Mario Brothers movie when they went into the backstory when they show Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. I think it's that they
Yeah.
can touch on heartstrings. It's just that they're not known for like, getting into like the really intense
It's
stuff.
not like
Like,
Pixar's level of like emotion, pretty much.
yeah, like you're not gonna see Mufasa's death. Like it's not that kind of a thing.
Yeah. Though so it was the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Let's see. What are your hopes with it? Yeah, like what do you hope to see in it besides just like the new characters and all that?
I mean, for the most part, I'm expecting it to be. I hope it's visually interesting, especially because the whole idea of Mario Galaxy is it's not like Mario 64 or Super Mario Brothers where you're kind of running around a flat pane. You're basically like, spinning around, like running, around three dimensions on different planets. And there's a whole bunch of like ideas that I think could work in the movie. Are you familiar with that penguin race course?
Penguin Racehorse?
There's a part
Oh,
of
Penguin Race Course. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. In Super Mario 64 and again in like
Um,
one of the Mario games.
No, no, well, I'm talking about the one in Galaxy where I
Okay,
think it's
okay.
a penguin because I remember Mario was like riding on one, and that used to
Mhm,
drive me nuts when I was younger because I would just keep having Mario fall off. So maybe they could do a chasing kind of like the Mario Kart scene in the first movie, but just
mhm.
change up the settings. So yeah, and then my sister, when she saw the announcement, a big question she had is who's gonna play Rosalina. Especially because, as you know, Illumination has a habit of like casting their movies with like really big stars. That's why Chris Pratt played Mario. That's why Seth Rogen played Donkey Kong. So who do you think they might get to play Rosalina?
Probably Florence Pugh or something. Like, that's the only person I could think of at the moment. Um, I think she's like one of the big young stars right now. I'm not sure who else, but that's all. That's all. Only have her on the top of my head. I know she was in like Puss in Boots, 2, The Last Wish.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yeah, that's all I only have in my head right now. I know Anya Taylor-Joy voices Peach and Chris Pratt and hey, let's see. Yeah, I think I only have her in my head. That or they might use like Jenna Ortega if she's up for it.
Yeah, Jenna Ortega,
Hmm.
and Wednesday, Beetlejuice, which I still have to review that movie, by the way. This is gonna sound like a very strange choice, but I thought when they casted Chris Pratt, I thought it was kind of a strange choice from like an actor's perspective. I was kind of wondering, are they gonna like ride the Wicked train and cast
Oh
Ariana
yeah,
Grande and play
yeah.
Rosalina?
I mean, they have if they do, they have to make her sing, right? They have to make her sing something because, like, Jack Black gave that Bowser Peaches
Peaches,
song. So
Peaches,
like,
yeah.
either we get a new Jack Black song, or we get a Ariana Grande song in the movie. So they have to cast Lady Gaga. I know Lady Gaga did like a new song for Wednesday, so maybe she might do a new one for the Mario Brothers movie. But I don't know.
Yeah,
But
so I
mhm.
guess that's something they'll save for. I don't know about a trailer. They might just do like a separate Nintendo Direct where they're like, "Oh, by the way, here's who's gonna play Rosalina."
Yeah, I suspect because the movie's coming out in what, April 2026 or
Yeah,
something.
so that's actually not too far away.
Yeah.
That's not even a year from now. Wow, time
So
flies
so
too
how long
fast.
ago? Yeah, how long ago did the first movie came out?
Man, I can't even remember anymore. Was it 2023, I want to say?
Yeah, I just checked the internet. Yeah, it's 2023. That's a
Okay.
pretty good like turnaround. Like 2 years just for like the next movie that fast. I
Yeah.
mean, not 2 years, like maybe yeah, 3 years. But yeah, like I said like earlier, Illumination does reuse a lot of stuff from like previous movies to like save time. So
hmm
that yeah, like that's how they like push out the movie so fast every year. So that's profitable too.
Yeah, and I had a
But
feeling that because Mario being Mario, I'm sure they had a feeling that the first animated Mario movie, if you don't
mm,
count the live action one, was going to be a hit in some capacity, like to a point where it's like we have to at least consider that, we're going to do a sequel. And by the
mhm,
way, I'm actually wearing the same shirt I wore to
nice.
the first animated Mario movie today, so. I don't have any Mario Galaxy shirts. Maybe I, will wear that
Mm,
when the second movie comes out, but who knows? But yeah, I mean, because me personally, I do like the first Mario movie just fine. I treat it as like a good introductory kind of movie. Not exactly mind-blowing, but I think it was a good first start. So. I'm hoping that Illumination does a good job with this second movie. As Ross said, it comes out April 2026.
mm. Yep. I am surprised though, like after the huge success of the first movie, you'd think they would announce like a lineup of like spin-offs, like a Donkey Kong solo movie or Luigi's Mansion or something like that. I mean, they sort of like hinted at it like before the first movie came out, but so far nothing so yet.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
mean,
like I
because
hope
you
to
look at
see like a Diddy Kong movie or something or Diddy Kong Racing, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure when they're gonna do. I'm trying to remember because, like, with Sonic, for instance, when did they announce the Knuckles TV show? Was it right around the time the second movie was coming out, or the third?
I
Like,
I think it was like maybe the second movies, like during production, I think. I do know that they released like some sort of test footage or like some sort of like bonus short movie. Uh, by the time like the second movie is like the by the time the second movie came out on like DVD or something, I think.
that I didn't follow.
Yeah. But I think Sonic, yeah, yeah, I kind of just prefer Sonic as like a movie series than Mario. But because I don't know, it's like I'm getting off topic here, but yeah, like I watched all the three Sonic movies. It's not mind blowing by any chance, but I prefer it as like a story narrative than like the Mario movie. But I don't know. Who knows what's gonna happen with the second movie? It might be more like Illumination style, like sort of safe-ish without major themes and all that, with some emotion here and there, but who knows?
Yeah, because I'm
Right.
wondering if it's gonna be like basically like speaking, it's another "we must stop Bowser" kind of story.
Yeah.
What's different this time is they're, going around different planets and there's Rosalina. So it's more like stories very similar. What's different is the setting and some of the characters.
Yeah. And and now all right, they announced it because it's like what this year is the 40th anniversary of Mario and Luigi, right?
The 40th anniversary of the Super Mario Brothers game.
Oh yeah, yeah. So to transition now, um they also announced like Mario Galaxy the games like just coming to the Nintendo Switch. And I think it's gonna
Yeah.
be playable on the Switch too, I think.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah. So, oh my, yeah, I looked up the price right now and I'm like, hey, like these games are like, man, over 10 years old by this point. And wait, when did the first game came out?
2000,
2007. Yeah, wow.
2007.
Like
Yeah.
almost like more than 15 years ago.
Hmm.
So, $70 or like $35 each per game. No, wait, it's $35 each if you buy the physical, but it's only bundled together, so two games is like $70. But if you buy it individually on digital, it's like what, $40 each?
I heard something like that.
Hey,
But
yeah, 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 yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just looking at well, even before I found out about the prices, in my case, I'm like, well, I actually have two versions of the
Yeah.
original Galaxy, both the original release on Wii, and also I still have do you remember that Super Mario 3D All-Stars bundle, whatever it's
I
called?
think they call it I'm looking at it right now on the internet. It's called Super Mario 3D Collection. It was like in stores for a limited time for like I think up to a year or so. I guess maybe that's why there was like it was only limited time, so they could re-release it again, like
Yeah.
at a higher price or something per game.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah,
so I basically have two copies of the first game. The second game I actually got on my Wii U back when they re-released it on the Virtual Console. Oh, well,
okay,
bless you.
it was a cop, but yeah,
Oh,
thanks.
okay.
So yeah, yeah, good thing I bought the 3D All-Stars collection, so I don't have like a sort of need to play it, or sort of need to like buy the re-release in a way.
Uh-huh.
Though one of my hopes though, because like usually when a company like when a video games gets like TV or movie adaptation, like let's say The Last of Us or I think like maybe even Sonic not Crossroads the one with Shadow in it, they like updated that game with Sonic in it. Um so yeah, when usually a movie or a TV show um gets like it's gonna come out and yeah, there's a video. Oh my God. I'm having like a brain fart right now. Sorry.
That's okay.
So so when um when a movie or a TV show based on a video game is about to come out, usually the game gets like an update or gets like a remake or a remaster.
Yeah.
Usually, not all the time. But with Mario being a big franchise, you'd think that Mario Galaxy would get like a maybe a remaster instead of just like a simple port, basically. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing where it's like we get that Nintendo is just like, we don't need to
They're gonna
spend the
print money
development
nonetheless.
dollars.
It's gonna
Just
sell
yeah,
because
like
people they will watch the movie, they'll get excited, and they want to buy the game associated with the movie, and then they get like a high sales, and no one learns a lesson.
yeah. I mean, yeah, because the only change is that Rosalina's book has like additional chapters, which I don't know if
Hmm.
we're jumping a little too far ahead, but they announced they're gonna make like a physical version of that book, but they're not putting the new chapters in the real
Which
printed book. So
that
it's
makes no
like,
sense.
what? Like,
Yeah.
okay, that's confusing.
Mhm. I guess just like a nice little gimmick people can have, maybe. They also like they also announced like amiibos for the game too.
Yep.
Which looks really good. Like the quality looks good. I know that amiibos used to cost like what, $13 like when it first came out, and now it's like it gradually went up in price. But I think the quality of the amiibos and how much stuff they put in it,
Hmm.
I think like offsets like the price in a way. Other than like the tariffs and all that, but yeah, that's another topic. That's not for your channel. Um, so I do wonder like what kind of what I forgot. Did they announce like what the amiibos functionality will be for the games?
I don't
Like
recall. I think they just said, hey, we're doing Rosalina and Luma amiibos.
okay, okay. So just announce it, but nothing else. Got it. Which sure, I guess. Out of doubt it might be like what's the Super Mario Odyssey's amiibos where you get like or even Donkey Kong Country, not Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Bonanza's amiibos where you just get like power ups and like health kits and all that. Which
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to be surprised if they do that for Mario Galaxy, but I think it's just better than nothing. And plus, it's a nice little like collectible to have too for the amiibos. Um, so yeah, let's see, Rosalina's storybook. It's going to be sold for $25 and it's coming out on November 25th, which sure, why not?
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I don't know. In the case of these ports, like I said before, it's not something
mhm,
I'm gonna pick up just because I already have other ways to play the two games.
mhm,
I mean, there's a market for sure, like, people who want to replay the games, nostalgia, and because it's on the Switch, it's like, hey, I have a way to play it like portably now.
mhm,
Um, and then there's also, of course, the people who are gonna like try it out for the first time. Like when the 3D All-Stars collection came out or whatever that was called, that was like my
mhm,
the first time I played Super Mario Sunshine because I actually didn't play Sunshine as a kid, so it might give some people a chance to check out both the Galaxy games before the movie
mhm,
itself comes out.
mhm. Okay, I just checked the video again of the Mario Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 overview for the
Uh-huh.
Amiibo functionality, and yeah, you just pretty much get you get like health items basically, like extra life and just like health. So yeah, sure, better than nothing. And you can use like the
Yeah.
previous Mario amiibos too, like Mario and Rosalina, which okay, why not? Let's see. So sorry to divert back to that topic, Bobby. Yeah, let's see. What else they announced? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so
the tennis game. You said you play like the Mario Tennis or something like before, Bobby, like a couple of videos ago, like
yeah,
last
I
year or so.
did when I think they released a beta for the one they put out in the original Switch,
Mhm,
and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. So
mhm,
it's something I might actually pick up because I never like straight up bought a Mario Tennis game before.
mhm,
It's not like I play the Mario sports games like religiously or anything. It's just kind of
Mhm,
something I play once in a while. Like I've played a couple of the Strikers games. I
mhm,
really get into the Mario Golf ones. I was actually playing or was about to play the one they put out on the 3DS like right before we started. But
mhm.
Mario Tennis Fever, which is the new one coming out, comes out February 12th for the Nintendo Switch 2. It's something that I might actually check out, just mostly just because I had a good time with the one they put out on the Switch when that was in beta or whatever it was. So, but yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah, one thing I was surprised about, besides like some of the what's it called? Different stuff that can happen within like a match. I was surprised that they including a campaign. Like somehow, and it somehow works too. With a campaign story is that like all the characters become babies or something,
Yeah,
and then after
first
that they
time
had to
baby
like go through
Waluigi.
they had to go through like an overworld and fight creatures by smacking tennis balls at them, which is like, yeah, sure. It looks really interesting to be honest, and I think that part like kind of won me over. I
Oh
don't have a
yeah?
Switch 2 yet, but if I do get a Switch 2, that would be like one of the games I want to try out
Hmm.
just for that campaign. Yeah. Because, it's like you gotta have something more than just like just playing against like bots in a simple versus mode all the time or
Hmm.
against other players. But yeah. Um so yeah, it does look pretty interesting. Um Other than that, I don't really have much to add about it. Just like some of the mutations, some of the different stuff that can happen during the match, like random hazards or like the players can shrink. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah. And by
All
the
right.
way, as far as my current Switch 2 goes, Zoom might try to blur it out. Still working pretty good. It's not flexing. I'm not having Joy-Con drift. So at least so far, it doesn't have much of the mechanical problems my original Switch had. Like
Mhm.
mine had, mine had like the flexing and like the Joy-Con drift issues. I meant to say, but yeah, so far, my current Switch 2 is in good shape. It's just wish there was more games they could release because I kind of feel like I know Donkey Kong Bonanza came out, but I almost feel like it's in a bit of a drought. So it's nice
And
that they
that's why they released the DLC, right? Like
yeah.
on the same day that they announced it, which is I think it's fine. Like I saw
Uh-huh.
the reactions to it. I know I'm like going way ahead in this discussion, but yeah, I saw the reactions to that DLC online. Some people like it. I heard like some people say like you only buy it if you're constantly like playing the game. Like usually Nintendo games like there's the main campaign, and then there's the 100% run, and the DLC is more so for the 100 percenters, basically for the people who like constantly playing that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, because I usually don't buy the DLC for those games. I think
mhm,
the only time I could think of where I mean I did buy the DLC for like Mario Golf on 3DS. My sister got I
mhm,
think she got the DLC for Breath of the Wild, but we don't really buy them that much. And I certainly don't consider myself a 100%er. I'm just like just finish the campaign as fast as I can.
mhm. Yeah. So I'll have more to say about like that DLC, but let's move back to the Mario discussion a bit. So for the other game they announced, well, it's not really like a new game per se. It's like just another. I want to say it's a port either. It's more like it's kind of like the Kirby like Switch 2 game where it gets re-released onto the Switch 2, but it has like other stuff on it or other stuff with it.
Are you talking about
Which
what they're doing with Mario Wonder?
Yeah, yeah. Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition plus Meetup in Bella Bella Park,
Uh-huh.
which I looked at it. It feels like it feels like a Mario Party in a way, w- but using like the mechanics of Mario Wonder, which I mean, it's it looks fine, but it's not for me. But I do understand like, oh, it's like, for families and friends just to like play against each other, which sure, why not? Um, hmm. And I guess it's like a nice like yeah, yeah, yeah. It just looks like a nice little upgrade or something. But otherwise, not really. Like if you already, if I guess if people already have like Mario Wonder, um, it I don't know what's the right term to say this. Don't buy it again. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not.
But it's like it's only for like people who's like really into like the party style like mini games, I guess.
Yeah, or first timers like people who didn't get the
Yeah,
game on the original Switch. Because
yeah,
honestly, I
yes.
don't really have much interest in a lot of these Switch 2 editions, except like
Hmm.
Metroid Prime 4 is the only one I'm interested in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like,
mostly just because I kind of wished um that game either exclusively got released on Switch 2 or
hmm,
well, I guess they're kind of doing the thing where they're putting it out on both because for Metroid Prime 4, the Switch 2 edition, they said that that one I don't remember if they said there's an option to like up the frame rate or resolution, but I think I heard
hmm,
there's like a option to like take advantage of the Switch 2's hardware or something like that.
something like that. So wait, it's coming out on so Metroid Prime 4 is coming out on Switch 1, which like I think that makes some sense because there's still like a huge enough audience on a Switch 1. Kind of like
Yeah.
especially like for like get like new consoles within like the first year or three where they just were new games for it just re-release on like the older hardware because there's not enough people buying the new consoles yet because
Uh-huh.
yeah people are just maybe waiting for the library on the new console to like get better. Though, like other than Donkey Kong Bonanza and maybe just like another Switch 2 exclusive, but the only Donkey Kong I have in my head. Um, and maybe other than like some third-party games like Cyberpunk and Star Wars. Um, yeah, it's like I do understand it, and I do wonder like if people are okay with like playing on a slightly weaker hardware, especially for like games that's like I think it's supposed to be like really tailored made for the Switch 2. Like maybe like 60 FPS or like a higher resolution and all
Mm-hmm.
that. Or maybe some people are like not really they don't really care about stuff like that. They just want to just play the game regardless, even if it's like dealing with less frame rate and all that.
Yeah, because to be fair, like it was like God, they announced Metroid Prime 4. I still remember E3 2017. I woke up the morning of the
Hmm.
Nintendo Direct. I didn't get to watch it from the beginning, but I woke up to that announcement. So I'm probably like, well, there's probably lots of people who waited since 2017. So I guess I could understand because could you imagine all those people who are like, ooh, Metroid Prime 4, but it's like you must play it on the Switch too. It's like if they did that.
Hmm.
Um,
Like you got to buy a new
yeah,
console
that would
just for
just be
that. It's
nuts.
like and the price of that console went up or something. Oh yeah,
Or there's
geez.
like murmurings that they might raise the price, but yeah. So
Hmm.
if especially yeah, if there's it sounds like they're gonna raise the price again. It's like yeah, we'll put it on the original Switch. People
Hmm.
on Switch 2 will they could also play it there too.
Yeah, and then they can make extra money by offering like an upgrade to the Switch 2. But you pay them like what? Is it usually like 10 to 20? Is it usually like 10 to $20? Sorry, I got like dogs in my bed.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm looking
so
at
Switch,
it says the upgrade pack is $10.
okay. So it's not too bad of a price, I guess. I guess.
Yeah.
But I think it's just better than nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe,
So
maybe
yeah,
well, it
Metroid
should have
Prime
been free, but
4
whatever.
comes out December 4th.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean probably the big thing well the main sort of new thing they announced was hey, there's parts of the game where Samus could ride a motorcycle. When I actually saw that motorcycle for a second, I was like, what is this Metroid card? It's like and then it's like no, this is a Metroid Prime 4 trailer. So, but
Yeah, and
yeah,
like they
December
show like,
4th.
oh, you're going to like these wide open environments in the car. So like now, you can probably like tackle some objectives any way you want. Though
Yeah.
because they announced like an open world stuff, some like a map for it, I do wonder like because I played like a lot of open world games and a lot of them are like kind of empty in some way. with like not much stuff to do, which is like just kind of like bothersome. So I hope with this game, at least I hope there's like side objectives and like even like mini collectibles or like just make the world just feel a lot more alive. But so far, from the footage I'm seeing, it's mainly just a wide open like desert and maybe an alien ship. I think the alien ship is more so linear, but the desert is like yeah a lot more open with like maybe enemy patrols and all that you have to avoid
Hmm.
or fight. Which maybe I guess. I mean, I guess it makes the game like feel more big for players, especially for those like who's used to these like big open world games. So they see like more value out of it. I don't know. But otherwise, it's not something I'm like. It's something I'm curious to see, but I'm not like holding my breath on it being like changing or being like very innovative with the whole like genre.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I'm just more in the camp of, well, it's finally on the way after they announced it years ago, and then they had to
Mhm,
restart development, and they gave it to Retro Studios. So it was
mhm.
just a long road for this
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, and they also announced Amiibos too, which for some reason is comes out the first two Amiibos for it comes out like a month. Wait, no. Yeah, a month before the game comes out. Like the one with Samus, Samus by herself and Samus on a motorcycle comes out on November 6th, and then I think the this new character comes out on December 4th. Hmm. And the game comes out on December 12th. I mean December 9th, which okay. I mean it looks but yeah, sure.
Oh, the
Games.
game itself actually comes out December 4th. I'm looking at Nintendo's website. But yeah,
December
the couple
4th?
you
Oh
mentioned
yeah.
that are coming beforehand, I don't know, maybe it's a thing where it's like Nintendo's like, here's something to hold you over, even though you can't use them in the game they were meant
Yeah.
for yet.
Yeah. So this is the like big holiday release for like, to get the hol all the holiday sales. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah, why not? I mean like sure, I guess. I mean, I usually consider like Metroid to be like the hardcore game that like not like I don't think like a lot of kids can like easily get into. But yeah, okay. I mean at least they're releasing like the Mario games though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come here. Ah.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Bobby. This is Dee Dee.
Didi. Oh, nice to meet you.
Mhm. Okay. All right. So what else do you want to talk about, Bobby? Hello.
Probably the first announcement that got me really excited, and that would be Yoshi and the Mysterious Book for the Switch
Oh
2.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, because that one actually like I like Yoshi's Woolly World for its like art direction. And this one
Uh-huh.
is like pretty much like more of the not really more of the same, but like another innovative or like another very unique type of like art direction too for the game or for the series.
Yeah.
Which yeah. So yeah, so oh you know more about like Yoshi's games more than me, Bobby. So you wanna take it from here?
I kind of feel like we're about the same because, like, I'm in a similar boat. I liked Yoshi's Woolly World, but then I got stuck in that game. Yoshi's
Mhm,
Island, it's one of those games that, like, my sister and I have talked about doing a stream of because we still remember that game from when we were kids. But yeah, I like the trailer for this. I like the Yoshi 3D platforming games. The premise seems interesting. This idea of Yoshi coming across this talking book, and that's basically, and he jumps in and that takes him into this world
mhm,
where he goes into. I did take some notes from the trailer, and I noticed he can carry around the creatures. He discovers, like, flowers, and they help him with doing things
mhm,
like opening up rocks and going fishing. So interesting mechanics. Just yeah, happy to be getting a Yoshi game on the Switch 2.
mhm. And when does this game come out, Bobby?
Spring of next year.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't really have much to add on it. Maybe they might, yeah, they're definitely going to like give out more details about it during release anyway. So it's like it's fine. All right. Let's see. They announced like some games in the direct. Some of it looks unique, but not really like I don't want to sound rude to the people who made these games, but it just looks like a game fit for the Switch. I'd say that's my nicest way of putting it. Like a not a first party game, but like a third party game that's like fits for a handheld, I guess. Um, like this game called Storm Lancers. I think it's an indie game or something. It's like a looks like a Metroidvania type of game, I think. Or like a crossbreed between like Contra and like yeah, Metroidvania. Oh, oh. Evie, what are you looking at?
Yeah, these weren't partic games that I was like super hyped myself. I honestly didn't
Yeah,
even take notes. I mean, I'm sure people making them worked super
yeah,
hard, but it wasn't really my cup of tea.
yeah. Or this other game that looks like Minecraft in a way, but it really does look like Minecraft, especially with like the terrain and all that. But
Uh-huh.
let's see. Well, what's this game called? Some Crafton, which I know Crafton is like the PUBG studio, I think, or South Korean studio. Dinkum, Dinkum, like a Australian Minecraft, which okay, sure, why not? But not really enthusiastic. It kind of like falls in line with like, people always making jokes in these Nintendo Directs that like Nintendo Directs are always about like farming games, like farming simulators and like I think anime games, so like turn-based games. Like
Uh-huh.
every direct, like people always joke about it because like it's really common to see. Yeah, this game comes out November 5th. So yeah, that's pretty close. Uh, let's see. It's like a lot of these third-party games is doesn't really excite me in some way, or it just looks like third-party games that I think might only release on the Switch too, which I guess is like for families and all that. But yeah, it's not my cup of tea. Might be for someone else's, but not for me, especially because I'm looking at this other game right now. I don't know. I'm looking at it. It kind of almost reminds me of Splatoon. It's called Pop You Calm from Griffling, I think. I think that's how they pronounce the studio name. But yeah, it's like you fight like giant like bubble creatures and yeah, the whole environment just like looks like it reminds me of like Super Mario World or like Splatoon in some way. Especially
Hmm.
with how you play as like colorful kids and just like shoot and just going around the environment just like shooting stuff. But the game does look unique. Like I think it's like mainly like two-player co-op and you work together to like to like go platforming across the environments and also like fight like big boss creatures and all that. But yeah, yeah, it looks pretty interesting though. It's a
Uh-huh.
holiday, it comes out on holiday 2025. Are you bored? Okay. Oh yeah. So this game I'm like particularly interested in that they also announced like I think earlier this year. I think it's a new Tomodachi Life game,
Yeah,
basically.
living the dream.
Yeah. Which like I have Tomodachi Life on my Nintendo 3DS. I did kind of like dropped out of playing it because because I think I got like all my fill from it. But
Uh-huh.
this one is like looks like a very good upgrade from the previous game. And it still looks very silly too. Man,
Yeah.
I really miss Mies. I wish there was like more
Yeah.
games using Mies. Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to come up with like new characters for like Nintendo Switch Sports, but I didn't really find them interesting. It's
Hmm.
just kind of like, why change, what works. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad that they're sticking with Mii's. I have a feeling that um part of the reason Nintendo tried to distance themselves kind of from Mii's. Maybe it's a thing where it's like, well, people got the Wii and Wii U confused, so we don't want to like, we want to make sure everybody understands that the Switch and the Switch 2 are completely different consoles. But as I said, why, there's no need to change what works. So glad the Mii's are coming back. Did you notice the joke at the beginning of the trailer when that one Mii was like, "When is the game coming out?"
Yeah,
It's like, okay, I
because
didn't
because
expect.
they keep like talking about it all the time, and then now they finally announced the release year, not the release date. Not even like a yeah, it's only the release year and the season, like spring of 2026,
Yeah.
which
And
yeah,
I
finally.
also there's something confusing about the release date. In the direct, they do say spring 2026, but I checked
Hmm.
Nintendo's website and they listed for autumn 2026. So I don't know if it's like there's like an issue with the website or what. Just
Like
wanted to point
maybe
out.
a communication issue or something, like it might get delayed. I mean,
Yeah,
delays can
so
happen, you know.
yeah, so in
They
my
they they
mind it's
they,
like
they like
okay,
they could
some point
cancel the
next
game
year.
again, and then after that, like Metro Prime 4, and then like come out with a new game later. But who knows?
Oh, but yeah,
Yeah.
I hope it's not that. But yeah, because I also kind of dropped out of Tomodachi Life myself. I have a tendency of doing that with simulator games where it's like I really get into it like maybe the first year and then I move on to something else. So, I'm hoping it doesn't happen again. Because I do like a lot of the derpy interactions. I remember I think somebody asked me, is Tomodachi Life like Animal Crossing? And it's really not. Like instead of you actively like running around the town and like helping like establish businesses and going
Mhm.
fishing, it's kind of more, the best way I could put it is you're checking in on like your Mii's interactions, literally saying, who are they going to marry. You do
Mhm.
some interacting with them, like they'll ask you to play like mini games and feed them, but the way I see it, it's kind of more like you're just, mo for the most part, like, witnessing the kind of crazy things the Mii's get into. And every once in a while, you get to do something like feed them and like play a game with them.
Yeah. 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 It looks pretty good. I do hope like during release we get more details about it, because like having a game that's like very, I want to say, is like The Sims, but more like I guess like building relation. I guess yeah, there's like stuff like building relationships and all that with other characters, and having like little silly mini game system, a little
Hmm.
like transitional cutscenes with them. I hope there's like to more than just that, like more in like the gameplay than just stuff that you can like share on like social media or like share on TikTok and all that. Just
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But beyond that, is I don't really have much more to add to it. Plus, my headset has like 10% battery left, so I like to go to do this like pretty fast. Because like, okay, I'm not gonna like talk about some games that were announced, like especially some indie games. Um, though, let's see. They announced Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection coming to Switch, which sure, yeah, makes sense.
I kind of want to
Final,
check that one out because
yeah.
I've actually never played the first two
They
Mortal Kombat
it's not just
games.
that, but they have like a lot of Mortal Kombat games in that collection too, which is really
Yeah.
impressive, I'd say. Like I think even one game that was like never released outside of an arcade cabinet, I forgot which one, but they did announce it, and I think got some people in the FGC excited about it.
Hmm.
The fighting game like community. Okay.
Oh, I see. I didn't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
know that there was such an abbreviation.
Yeah. All right, so for the next game they announced, Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, I think the first part of the trilogy, which yeah, makes sense. Like they announced that game's coming on January 2022, 2026,
Yes.
which yeah. And they also announced a game coming to like other consoles too, because Square Enix realized that game did not sell a lot on PS5, so now they're gonna release it everywhere, which yeah, sure, why not? Um, let's see, linked, nah, don't want to talk about it. Hades 2. Hades 2 is now out on Steam for a while, like for I think past 7, 8 months. And now
Uh-huh.
they're gonna release like the launch game, like the final version ish. Which okay, yeah. Haven't played the first game though. So a lot of people said good things about the first game and said good things too about the second game. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. In fact, when I streamed Donkey Kong Bonanza last weekend on Twitch, one of my followers was like super hyped for Hades 2.
yeah. I should get that game at some point because I can't run it on my Steam Deck. Which let's wait, how much does it cost right now? It's about like what, $25 or oh, $30. Hey, okay. But yeah, it looks pretty good.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. All right, moving on. I don't want to delve too much into it, but it's nice that they have like a Switch 2 version that was like 120 FPS on like 1080p on TV mode, which is yeah, pretty good.
Hmm.
Okay, so this one, Bobby, that I think you kind of talked about before, Kirby Air Riders.
Yeah,
You say you played a lot of like what the first game, right?
yeah, and I saw
But
the
yeah,
at least part of the direct they did, or the last one they did for Kirby Air Riders, and I was happy. I know I'm kind of diverting away, but I was happy they're
mhm,
keeping the control scheme from the first Kirby Air Ride, where it's not like Mario Kart, where like you have to actively like push a button to accelerate the vehicle. In this one, basically in Kirby Air Riders, just like the first game, the stars, the warp star and the other vehicles move by
mhm,
themselves, but you still control the steering and things like that. So I was happy Sakurai talked about that in a different direct. This
yeah,
time in this Nintendo Direct that we're talking about, the one on from September 12th, they focus more on like the amiibo, talking about like there's gonna be like a amiibo with Kirby on the Warp Star, and then there's like one with the bandana Waddle Dee and on top of Wingstar. I do
it's
remember in the direct they
basically
said you could
yeah,
like swap the characters, so like I think you could have the bandana Waddle Dee on the Warp Star and Kirby on the Wingstar.
yeah. It's basically like Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, where the amiibos just serve as like what a ghost or something that you can train to like eventually race against other players.
Hmm.
Which sure, yeah. As long as it's like Super Mario Ultimate, what is Ultimate, where you can take those amiibos online to race against other players online too, then
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's probably might be a good feature. I hope there's more stuff than that. But yeah. Um oh yeah, I forgot how much those cost again, like 30 or $40 each. Like Kobe amiibo. Let's see. Let's look it up. The pre-orders are now up, which oh wow. The Kirby Air Riders amiibos are $50 each.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. I'm good.
Yeah,
That's
same.
as
I
much
just
as the
want to play
game.
the game. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
no.
I do have some amiibos, but I don't know. I kind of just follow my cousin's advice of don't start like collecting them because once you start, you can't stop. So,
Yeah,
although
yeah,
funny enough,
yeah,
he
like
gave
me.
me a Pichu amiibo, but that was like the only amiibo he gave me.
Yeah. Um, they better have like more stuff to those like amiibo functionality if they're gonna like offer it for that price, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next game. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment comes out on November 6th, 2025. Basically a sequel-ish to the first game. So this one is more like what, a prequel to, what's that? The Breath of the Wild sequel was called what again? Age of,
Tears of the Kingdom, I
yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah. Okay, thanks. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. So this Hyrule Warrior game is supposed to be like what, a prequel or something to the Tears of the Kingdom, I assume. And yeah, they announced like two-player co-op with split screen, which is good, and game show, which okay. Wait, oh, wait, did they even they announced like it's coming to Switch 2, of course, but there's no like actual like how much frames it's gonna run or like the resolution you can run it on. Hmm. Maybe they already announced that. But yeah, it's coming out on November 6th, which is sure, why not? I guess that's the main announcement. Just it's gonna be a two-player co-op and have a game show. Okay. Hmm. And then let's see what else they announced. What's this? I'm just scrolling through the YouTube channel because I generally forgot like some of the games they announced. Sorry about that. Oh, Dragon Quest. I think it's a remake or something. Have you played Dragon Quest before, Bobby?
Nope, never in my life. Have
All right.
you?
No. Though it looks like it does keep it looks like they did retain Akira Toriyama's like character designs. May he rest in peace. And um yeah, it looks pretty good as a remake. I think I saw like a comparison video of Dragon Quest what was it, Dragon Quest 7? Yeah. Yeah, I saw a comparison video. I was like, yeah, it's like everything just looks so upgraded. Like in just many different ways. Um like because the first game was like all just like pixelated with like some 3D cutscenes and all that. I think the first game came out like wait, when did it come out again? Dragon Quest 7. First game came out, wow, in 2000. So basically 25-year-old game. Wow,
Wow.
we're getting old, Bobby. Oh my
Don't
God. It's
remind
like
me.
time is getting ephemeral.
Yeah, it's going
It's
way
like,
too fast.
well, wow, 25 years ago. But now this remake looks pretty good. Um, it does have like it does have like that like it's trying to be both like stylized in a way, but it also has like some realistic elements to it, which I don't know, maybe it looks like that one movie, that one Dragon Quest movie that came out like a couple years ago called Dragon Quest Your Story. It's on Netflix right now. Um, I did not like that movie, but the visuals though looks pretty similar. So yeah, it looks the game itself looks pretty like promising. So I hope to see more in the coming months. All right, so what's next? They announced like a cell phone app or a new cell phone app or something like that gives you notifications. Let's see, Nintendo Today.
Oh, that's been a thing for a while. I
Oh,
actually forget to check the app when I get up in the morning.
yeah. I guess it's for people who don't really use social media. They just want to use like, and they just care more
I
so about like
I kind of
Nintendo
just see it as
related
Nintendo
stuff.
being Nintendo, where it's like, oh, it's like, you could follow us on Twitter, Instagram, but it's like we want to do our own thing too.
Yeah, seems like a waste of money for Nintendo, I guess. But I guess it's
Luckily,
like I guess it's only for people who really only love Nintendo like a lot. It's like imagine if Disney made their own like app where you only get like Disney news from it. I'm pretty sure there was one already, maybe. But yeah, it's like why
yeah,
go
I
through the
mean,
app when you
honestly,
can
I
just go
forget
on
that
like
it exists, to be
yeah.
honest. Although I do use a screen time limit on my phone, so maybe it's blocking the
Mhm.
notifications. But yeah, I just use social media when I need to see like Nintendo updates.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of updates in a way and stuff that seems kind of useless, Virtual Boy.
I
They
gotta be
announced
honest, that was my favorite announcement in this entire direct. And I know I
like
sound like a
it looks
crazy.
it's like one of those things where you ask yourself like why, but also like a split second you're like yeah okay that makes sense. That makes sense for Nintendo to do.
I mean, I'm just
Like
shocked they're doing it at all, to be honest.
like they even announced like a freaking Virtual Boy like plastic attachment like that
Mm-hmm.
actually looks like the original, which is
Uh-huh.
a really good like gimmick to have. Like I would not be surprised if that thing sells out fast
Oh,
because
I
it is
hope
a really
not.
good like it's like it's like an infamous piece of history right there, Bobby. It's really
Yeah.
infamous for like
Yeah,
good
I know the
reason.
entire story of the Virtual Boy. There's YouTubers who cover its development history much better than I can, and
Mhm.
yeah, I know that Gunpei Yokoi, the Game Boy inventor, was, involved in its development. But
Yeah.
this is one of the very few times where it's like, I know I should just buy. If anything, I would tell people like, don't buy the the adapter that looks like the Virtual Boy.
Hmm.
Just get the cardboard one and save yourself a lot of money. But
Yeah, but
I
you
have
want
been
you
like,
do want the plastic adapter because that one is like that one will stand the test of time and it's like a nice little like souvenir to have, you know? You
mhm,
can just like show off to people, I guess.
yeah,
But
but
yeah, sure, why not?
yeah, I am gonna make an attempt to like get the actual $100 because the adapter that looks like the original Virtual Boy is
Mm,
$100, 99.99 if you want to
yeah,
be like super precise, and then the
yeah.
cardboard accessory is $25 or 24.99. But
Mhm,
I'm a person that's been like, running around trying to find a Virtual Boy. I look on eBay. I've tried looking for it at local swap meets. The
mhm,
problem is like buying it on eBay is that because the Virtual Boy itself was not very well made, a lot of them have this issue where you look into it and it has like kind of banding. I keep hitting my
mhm,
microphone, I'm sorry. Issues and the games don't play very well. And I'm
yeah.
even like, I'm so shocked that Nintendo is like, I'm really confused because like, are they really saying you must have this accessory to play the games? I could see them saying you must have this accessory to play the games in 3D, but what if you just want to play the games in 2D? And because the Virtual Boy, is so infamous that because you look into it, the graphics are all in red and black and 3D. A lot of people they played and they get like motion sickness, or like I've even heard somebody say you can, like some people who played for too long like have trouble seeing the color red. So it's like, does
Mhm.
Nintendo really want to risk like that much liability, or are they just thinking, well, we'll make like 15 or 10 of these things, and once they sell out, we never have to make it again. It'll just be like a rare collector's item. But I'm gonna try getting the $100
Yeah.
adapter that
Well,
looks
it
like
is Nintendo. They tend to like,
yeah.
not make a lot of it to like get people to like, get that fear of missing out. Same thing was like the whole classic consoles they were making like five almost like pre-pandemic, because
Yeah.
like so maybe it might be like made in like very limited quantities just for like that purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Though I do
And
wonder because like they did like because Nintendo, you have like the Nintendo Labo and then now with the Virtual Boy and even
mhm.
like the cardboard attachments and all that. I do wonder if they will like allow like maybe some sort of VR capability, like virtual reality. And if so, I wonder if they will also have like if they will also sell like VR games too, you know? Like
I mean it could
like there are
happen.
plenty of VR games like out on the MetaQuest and on the MetaQuest 2 and 3 and like, on Steam and all that. And some of these games can run on like, on portable devices. So yeah, maybe Nintendo might eventually. I mean, they're looking at the market. VR is not as big as the market it used to be, like maybe 5, 10 years ago. Not 10 years ago, but like yeah, 5-ish years ago. So between the Virtual Boy and the Labo, I do wonder like if Nintendo will eventually go into like VR or like or will allow like VR games. Well, who knows? We'll
Yeah, I
we'll
mean
find
I'm
out
kind of
soon if the
surprised.
Virtual Boy is somehow a success somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, and you were mentioning the classic consoles. For me, that was a bit different because one, I actually have like an actual NES and Super Nintendo, so I was like, I don't really need the little classic consoles. And also, a lot of the games that were put out on the NES and the Super NES classics, there are other ways to play it, like Switch Online. Whereas in the
Yeah,
case of the
or
Virtual Boy, I'm kind of hoping that Nintendo will
mhm.
just let people play the games in 2D. I mean, yeah, it defeats the selling point of the Virtual Boy, but I mean, it's like I think there's plenty of people who want to play, especially Wario Land, because that was like considered the best Virtual Boy game.
Yeah.
I would find it very odd if they're just like, no, 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 only for the small handful of people who are actually going to buy either the headset or the cardboard thing they're putting
Mhm.
out next year.
Yeah, but otherwise, the Virtual Boy itself, like, it is a gimmick, like just the whole re-releasing the games and having that plastic accessory. So that's why I did mention like if Nintendo's going to go into like, VR development or allow VR
Yeah.
games, so it allows, people who have the Virtual Boy or the cardboard like, attachments to like, use that to play the VR games. But who knows? Because Virtual Boy might only just play Virtual Boy games because maybe you look through the screen is like, red filter and all that, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope at some point, but not holding my breath for it because yeah, even though Nintendo does allow like a lot of games onto the Nintendo Switch, even some like really trashy garbage games that people would just like pay like maybe $100 just to like let it show up on the eShop. But yeah, ugh, but whatever. All right. Um, let's see. You want to move on to the next conversation, or you want to like do you have like any more thoughts on the Virtual Boy or anything like that?
We could move on.
Okay, let's see what they announced. A new Fatal Frame 2 remake, which okay. I don't really play
I
those games. But yeah,
I
have you
kind
played
of want
those
to
games?
try it out.
Okay.
I did finish that Spirit Camera spin-off they put out on the 3DS, and I do like
Oh
the
yeah, you told
concept.
me that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I don't know. I Fatal Frame's one of those where I'm kind of like, maybe not because I do like the premise. It's just I'm not sure if I could beat the game.
yeah. Play as a really cute anime girl going through like haunted Japanese abandoned houses and take photos and take like Instagram photos of like ghosts or something.
Okay, when you put it
Man,
that way, now I'm kind of
and
that
then
just makes me
like
scratch my head even more.
so what do you think like the new Fatal Frame is gonna be like now? Like a modernized Fatal Frame is like what gonna be like some sort of another young anime girl like going through like a school and like she has a phone and she's like filming for TikTok or something.
Or is it
And
just
she
like instead of like
she
an
can take like
actual
selfies and she has like she tells her people to like and subscribe as a ghost is like chasing her. So,
or is it like what instead of a camera obscura, there's a camera obscura app that somebody put on their iPhone and that's
yeah.
how a
Or they
newer
had to
game
like
works?
or they had to like redesign the cell phone to make it like look more like mystical or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, but there's like an app or something and there's like a social media section on it of like people just just showing hashtags of like hashtag ghost watch spotted or like hashtags oh my God. Okay, we're going too far on this one, Bobby.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, yeah, Fatal Frame 2 remake looks fine. Though I do wonder like if they might get like the exclusive Nintendo cosmetics, like make the characters wear like a like what like Zero Suit Samus and also Princess Peach or something. I think they had that like in one of the previous games on like I think on a Switch or on the Wii or Wii U.
I
I
think they did
forgot.
something like that in one of the Bayonetta games. I think I
Yeah.
don't remember which one.
No. I know they did it for like Fatal Frame too. Well, not the second game, but like yeah, Fatal Frame, Nintendo cosmetics. Let's see. Yeah, for no wait, no, this is Koei Tecmo. I know he did at some point. Blackwater or costumes. Um yeah, not enough time to like cover that, but yeah, I'm getting off topic here. Let's see. So what else they announced? Overcooked 2, Stardew Valley, sure. Any of the third-party games they announced, are you like particularly excited about, Bobby? Or are you kind of like interested in?
I don't know if with this direct, I mean, there was that which Dynasty Warriors did they announce? Oh, Dynasty Warriors Origins.
Yeah, the new
That
one.
I'm
Yeah.
interested in. I know a lot of people say Dynasty Warriors is repetitive. I get that, but I
Mm,
kind of enjoy that kind of game where you swing a sword and like, you defeat like 15, 20 soldiers. So that's something
mm,
I might check out. We
yeah.
I don't know, we might save Resident Evil for later on because that kind of surprised me when they
Mm.
announced Resident Evil like 7, 8 and Requiem are all coming
I think oh, wait, is
Switch
it
2.
yeah, 7, 8 and Requiem? Or I thought it was only Requiem at first.
They also announced like 7 and 8
Okay,
the gold
Not
editions are coming to Switch 2 as well.
okay, thankfully not the Cloud Edition
Yeah,
because
nah, not the Cloud
not good.
edition.
Oh my God. I don't know why they did Cloud Edition. I guess they maybe test the servers, but if you have a Cloud Edition um and you offer it at like the same price as an actual like any other game, no.
Yeah, that
No, it's
doesn't
like
work.
because that cloud edition could easily just go offline or has like, connection issues and all that. Yeah. Let's see. We already covered Metroid Prime. let's see what else. What else was? Was this? Oh, Donkey Kong. Yeah. So you have Donkey Kong Bonanza, Bobby?
Yeah, my sister and I are right in the middle of playing it. We stream it every
Okay.
Saturday.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah. So you say you guys don't plan to get the DLC, even though, man, like, okay. So when they announced this DLC, people suspected that this was like cut content from the game because the DLC came out so fast after the game came out, maybe
Yeah.
about like a month or two. So people suspected like, oh, maybe because like it was like made concurrently with the regular game or was already planned at some point. But yeah. So I don't I did not look up like much information about the DLC beforehand, though it looks like some sort of like roguelite game or something where you just like try to smash as many emerald crystals as possible. But of course,
Yeah, you
this
collect
is
green
like all like
diamonds.
post campaign, I think. Like you can still, I heard that you can still go to the island before you finish the campaign, but after you finish it, you get this is like more like you get basically a new game mode, basically with the like one of the villains from the main campaign gives you like a mission to do, and then you
Yeah.
just like redo it all the time until you get like collectibles or like trophies that you can decorate the island with. And I heard that there's some sort of like like time limited trophies or something that comes in like maybe once a month, like real life months, which I guess maybe. Oh,
Yeah. I mean, in
what
my
it feels
situation,
like very life service game-esque in a way,
yeah, I'm not
where
sure
they
if it's
want you to
my
like come
cup of
back all the
tea.
time or something. Which
Yeah.
I maybe I guess, but yeah, like I said, it's like for the completionists or like for people who's like really into the game. Yeah. Because you do get
Yeah.
like trophies and like character cosmetics, and the game mode does like it's not just on that Donkey Kong Island, but it's like on the main campaigns, like other levels too. Which yeah, sure, and it's a nice little bonus for people who want it or who like
Hmm.
the game a lot. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I think about like another game we streamed was actually on our PS5 Astrobot. That one we actually got the DLC. I think it was free DLC anyway. And
mm,
in the case of Astrobot, those stages were super, super hard. Like my sister
mm,
and I would just take turns and it would take forever to beat. Not saying that the Donkey Kong DLC is going to be like super hard. I think for me, it's just, I don't know. I'm not really compelled to check it out. I'm not really a DLC kind of person. I think for us, our main priority is just getting through the main campaign. And also, we're having this problem where we're getting motion sickness from
mm,
playing Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is strange because playing video games don't really, especially platformers, I usually don't get sick. The only time there's a couple examples. I remember when I first played Doom 2016, I got motion sick, but I was able to slow down the camera speed, and now I could play Doom 2016 just fine. Bonanza, I tried fixing it, but after playing it for like an hour, my stomach gets kind of queasy. So we try to stick to like 30-minute streams. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's not really something I'm thinking about getting, but for the fans who really want to get it, I'm sure they're going to have a lot of
mhm,
fun. And yeah, like you said, for completionists, I'm sure they're looking at the DLC and said they gotta, check it out. And well, it's available now, so they don't have to wait to get it.
yeah. All right. And the DLC right now is selling for like $20, which I think for that price and for how much content you get out of it, like especially with terms of like replayability, sure,
Uh-huh.
why not? Why not?
Yeah.
$20, even though $70 game, and then $20 was like $90, and okay,
Oh
why not?
boy.
All right, I guess so. All right, so the next game they announced, which is kind of a surprise for me, but also like it's something that I was surprised that they announced it, but I was also surprised they haven't like announced that they finally made it, which is like an Animal Crossing like Pokemon game
Yeah,
where you play
Pokemon
as like a Ditto.
Copia, I think is
Yeah,
pronounced.
yeah, you play as like a Ditto like person or Ditto like yeah, you play as a Ditto mimicking a human,
Yeah.
who can like make like yeah, it's basic, it's not like Animal Crossing, it's more like Minecraft in a way, or almost like Minecraft in a way. Like because of all the blocky blocks and they can take down and then can build like houses, but it's not like as customizable. But it does look pretty good in some way.
Yeah, there's some kind of like
So
strange like my sister was telling me about like
mhm.
some kind of like fan theories about, what's going on. I think
Yeah.
she heard a story that, is the, the whereabouts of the trainer that Ditto was inspired by is kind of sketchy. It's like, is it based on like a dead trainer or like it gets really dark,
Oh
at
man.
least the fan theories. But yeah, I
Well,
think
it is
from
just a theory, Bobby.
yeah, it's just the theory. So I'm probably kind of going too far down the rabbit hole with that.
Just
I
watch out, Bobby, because Matt Pat might come after us.
oh goodness gracious. But yeah, I think something I find kind of strange about the premise is I'm kind of like, why does the Ditto have to look like a Pokemon trainer? Is it like if the Ditto was just itself, then the Pokemon
Yeah.
around it isn't gonna listen, but if it looks
And why
like a
not use like
trainer,
an actual human, you know? Like why Ditto? I know because the Ditto face will always just bother me. Like yeah, I know it's like a silly face, but having the a Ditto as the main character, I don't know. I guess maybe because it does look like silly or something. But
yeah,
I wish they can just let us play as like an actual human trainer or something. But okay, why not?
unless they got like a live
Maybe I'll
reveal
get
arc.
convinced and like the Ditto character. But yeah. All right. But yeah, it's coming out like next year, which is pretty good. Like might be
Yep.
like a spring or like a holiday release. Because it did like it does seem like there's like a lot of stuff in it that I want to say it would rival Minecraft because Minecraft is its own beast. It might fill in the void for like maybe some Animal Crossing players. Maybe.
Yeah, while they wait for if they make a new Animal Crossing for Switch 2, which I'm sure they're
Yeah.
working on right now. It's just unannounced.
Yeah. All right. So the transition, the Pokemon ZA, right? Pokemon ZA is coming out like what in later this year. Uh oh yeah, October next month. And yeah, okay, why not? Um, I'm not too excited for this game personally. No hate to like anyone who's like very excited or very hyped up about like Pokemon games. Though I
Yeah.
though I was surprised they did. I was like both not surprised and surprised that they mentioned DLC. Um, which I heard online, like it took a lot of people like, it was like whiplash for some people because Nintendo usually doesn't announce like DLC before the game comes out,
Right.
which is like maybe now is the first time thing for them. But I think it helps to give people that kind of like expectation of on like the type of support they're gonna give the game in a way.
Hmm.
So yeah, they said there's gonna be paid DLC with additional story content and of course like was it like some sort of new version of Raichu or something?
Yeah, I remember
So
seeing something about that.
yeah, which yeah, like I'm not against paid DLC because I think DLC does give the game like another boost of like life in a way, and also like just like extra expand like new like expansion basically like, and it gives the developers something to do after they're done with like the main game. So yeah,
Yeah.
which okay. Um,
I think
so
yeah,
I just don't understand like why people are mad about it. I think
yeah.
okay,
In
okay,
my
maybe it's like it's
case,
new to them or something because like they because usually people they say like oh you plan out like the DLC while you're making the game and you're cutting content. That's like what I said before was Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's like
hmm.
seems kind of suspicious to release the DLC out that fast.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I
yeah,
guess I could see that.
yeah. But I don't know, game development is like kind of a fickle thing because like maybe they're like done with like the main content, and then while another team's doing like bug fixes, the main like game design team has to like work on DLC, which gives them like plenty of time to like pump out the DLC out faster. But sure, why not? Okay, so this So usually like I heard another rumbling online about this whole Nintendo Direct about how it's just like all is like mostly ports and remakes, which some people are like not that excited about. But for me personally, I do think remakes does give like some game brands another like life. And I think it's better than just like porting the game over in a way.
Yeah.
Though I do understand like why some people are like kind of upset because they want like an actual new game than just
Hmm.
like remaking the old game, you know? But yeah. So that being said, Danganronpa 2, which I think I would not say it broke Twitter, but I did notice like a lot of people on social media were really excited about this game getting remade because this which I have not played these games at all, but I do wonder like why are people excited for this? Have you played Danganronpa 2, Bobby? Or
I
Dangan or
barely
any
know
of the
what that
games?
is. It's one of
Okay.
those where it's like if you're excited, cool, but it's like I don't know anything about it. I didn't even take notes, which might piss some people off, but it's like there's other YouTubers who could discuss it much better than me.
Yeah. Like I did look up the comparison for it. People said like it's not just a remake, but it's like an actual new story or something. Was like and they're really going into like details of like oh some of the characters look different of like in the original game, some of the character appearances change over the course of the story. So in this remake announcement, they hid some of the character changes to like tease people on like if this is like an actual new story or is this like some sort of like a Final Fantasy VII remake where you think it's a new where you think it's a remake of the same story, but it's like a bunch of new elements that make it a totally new narrative. But yeah, I was like, oh, it diverges it into a different direction, but who knows? But yeah, it's like I'm not that interested in that type of game anyway. All right, so the next game they announced, that one that you just mentioned, Bobby, Dynasty Warriors Origins, which will have let's see, paid DLC.
Hmm.
Why
I'm
they
I'm
also
not
announced
really a
DLC at
paid
the end?
DLC kind of person, as I said before. For
Yeah.
me, it's just I just want to check out the game because it does look cool. And like I said, I mean, I know yeah, the Warriors games they kind of get flack for being repetitive, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure for me just because I still remember many years ago seeing the trailer for Samurai Warriors 3, and even though IGN gave that game a 3 out of 10, it's like I can't help it. I like the premise of running around and like, attacking like 15, 30 people at once.
Hmm. Yeah, and yeah, same thing was like how Hyrule Warriors in a way. Though I do have a soft spot for Dynasty Warriors just because of the Chinese like historical element to it.
Yeah,
Even though it's
and
like
that's a
very like
part of it too.
fictionalized or like yeah. Um wait, is it China? Yeah, China. All right.
Yeah, because like Dynasty
So
Warriors is in China, Samurai Warriors is in Japan.
oh yeah. Okay, so this one, let's see, Mario Hunter stories, which sure, why not? I think they already announced it.
Talking about Monster Hunter?
Um no, Monster Hunter Stories 3 is like some sort of like Pokemon-like turn-based game where you also collect
Yeah.
monsters to do battle. Yeah. Which sure, why not? I do have the first game on my phone, but I've not like finished it yet. Well, installed it. All right. Let's see what else. So a bunch of like third-party games they announced too, coming to Switch too, which okay. But for this one in particular, Bobby, you want to like talk about Resident Evil. Want to
I
take it
kind of
from here?
just wanted to acknowledge it because I know RE is a huge franchise. I still have memories. I've sort of dipped my toe into playing the Resident Evil games. I still remember, I don't know if I told you the story, but I remember one time I went to my cousin's place and we played a little bit of Resident Evil 4. I constantly got killed, like Leon's head got like chopped off and then crushed by a boulder. So I have kind of like funny stories about RE4. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play like any of the Resident Evil games they announced for Switch 2. Just kind of wanted to bring it up because I know there's people out there who are gonna want to try it out. RE7, maybe that's probably like the highest likelihood, only because my sister watches gameplay of RE7 sometimes. So it's maybe like I'm not a big survival horror kind of gamer, but it's something I'd consider myself.
Mhm. Yeah. Um, it's just nice that they're finally releasing it as a standalone game instead of just like having cloud version of it.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I did not understand why they do cloud versions. Maybe some cloud company commissioned for it or something, just to like show off. But
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean,
Show off the tech.
I have played a little bit of PlayStation Plus and stream games on that service, and I like cloud gaming in the sense that it gives the opportunity to like try out the games, but
Yeah.
there's that problem of what happens if there's internet outages. I just had a
Or if
problem
the
where my
game servers
router
just like
went
shut off
out.
online or something. And plus like the matter of price tag too, like I do not want to pay like $60 for a game that's like cloud service. Like
Yeah,
that's the same
yeah,
reason
that's a
why the
good
Stadia
point.
failed. That's the
Yeah.
same reason why the Stadia like crashed and burned so hard.
Yeah.
So yeah. But so with Resident Evil Requiem or Resident Evil 9, we're just gonna refer to that. Um People did show like a comparison of like so there's the Switch 2 trailer and then there's like the regular trailer. Like the trailers that's like maybe run on like a PC or something.
Uh-huh.
Which so someone showed like a comparison of like the Switch 2 version and like the PC or current tech version. Because like um because Capcom was saying for this game they have like this new hair tech that can like really that looks like really good and like lightning and all that.
Hmm.
So yeah, of course like the Switch 2 is gonna be like really downgraded in a way. Like the hair does look like very choppy and like the Switch 2 and looks pretty good in like PS5, Xbox and PC. Um but beyond that, it is nice to actually have on a Switch 2 as like, a portable console and you have like a game that you can like drop in, drop out of at
Yeah.
any time. Yeah. But yeah, it's a nice thing to have on a Switch. Um, though I do wonder if Capcom will also port like all of the Resident Evil games again onto like the Switch too. Like like Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and all that. Like I think those are already on the Switch 1.
Yeah, it
I
was.
don't know if you
I
can like
remember
replay it
playing like
again
the
on a Switch
demo
2.
for
Yeah.
RE5.
Yeah, I wonder if they will like offer like a slight upgrade, like 1080p, 60 FPS, or 120 FPS for the older games too, if it released on the Switch too. But yeah, and might as well wait for it.
Yeah.
Let's see. So what else? Oh yeah. So Bobby, final announcement. Do you play Fire Emblem?
I tried to get into it, but I kind of lost interest.
Yeah, I think it's just a gameplay for me. Like, I like the premise of the story, but the gameplay I just could not get into. I really did try. I have Fire Emblem Warrior no, not Warriors. I have like the latest Fire Emblem on like the Switch. I tried to like play it. I tried to get into it, but I just couldn't. I don't know, but I just could not get into it. There's something about it, just like I just can't. I try. There's like so much stuff going on, but I just couldn't get into it. And I guess
I see.
I guess because like I'm like one of those people who just wants like instant action instead of just something that's like turn-based in a way. So I do
Yeah.
have a Fire Emblem, let's see, Warriors. Yeah, something more like Dynasty Warriors in a way for the Switch. I am like finished on that one though. So I've not played it in like a year or so. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So for
probably
this
in that
game,
camp too of like wanting instant action. I did get
mm,
into Awakening's combat, but it was not something that I think what happened with Awakening is I got stuck and I wasn't sure if I could beat it. So, yeah, when I tried to play the other games, I had a similar problem myself.
yeah. But it is nice they announced it. They announced it's going to come next year, and they
Yes.
announced like a lot of games that's coming out next year. Thankfully, not in 2027, just in 2026. That's like
Yeah.
So maybe
2027 is a bit too
some of these
far.
games they announced will be like, holiday releases, or some might be just summer releases. But yeah, they're really like pumping out like the Switch 2 library. Um, but it's not yeah, especially yeah, I think next year might be like the year for the Switch 2. If the yeah, especially for like some games being like very like some being like for the very casuals, like or for kids, like yeah, the Pokemon game or the Pokemon Animal Crossing like game or like. And then you got some that's like for the hardcore audience, like the Fire Emblem or like I know Metroid is like is a December game, but I consider that to be like yeah, coming to 2026. And then you also got like Yoshi, which is also a spring game. That's also for casuals. But yeah, it's like so Bobby, just to conclude a bit because I'm running out of like water in my mouth
Yeah, I am
and my
too.
headset battery is about to die.
Uh-huh.
Um so what do you make of the whole direct? Like what do you think of it all?
I mean, I thought it was pretty good. It's the kind of thing where when it started with the ports, I thought that it started a little slow, but it had its moments. Probably my favorite announcements were when they talked about the Mario movie. Yoshi was pretty cool. And I know some might consider this really strange, but I am gonna try my hardest to get the that $100 Virtual Boy accessory.
Hmm.
So it's the kind of thing where it's like maybe not my favorite direct, but it had its moments for sure.
Hmm. Yeah. For me, I think like I said, yeah, like opposed to people complaining about like the direct having like too many remakes announcements and not like, actual new games being announced. I think there was like a good balance of like brand new games or like brand new features or like new DLC and all that being announced.
Yeah,
Um, I think that yeah, they just um and they did like announce like, some merchandising amiibos or like some sort of like talking flower from Mario Wonder.
which my
I
sister
think
wants
it's a
to buy.
pretty I think it's a pretty good direct. Like, of course, not every direct is gonna have like, huge, like insanely huge announcements that everyone is gonna love or like will like surprise the heck out of everyone.
Yeah.
But I think otherwise, I think this announcement, or I think this direct is it's pretty fine, I'd say. It's not like the greatest announcement. It's not the greatest direct of all time, but it's definitely a really good direct because at least it's not too many freaking farming simulators. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I
but
think
yeah,
yeah, you summed it up by when you said that it was pretty fun. That's how I would sum it up myself too.
yeah. Um, so yeah, and like don't expect like a new Donkey Kong sequel or the new Mario like Mario Odyssey like sequel anytime soon. But yeah, um, so like especially with the third party games announced for the Switch 2, I think it's pretty fine. Like I didn't I do remember like I did talk about like that I prefer my Steam Deck. Though in a way, like some games that's on the Steam Deck that's also on the Switch too, like some games are not optimized for the Steam Deck that well, while the games are optimized well enough for the Switch too. Because like the developers do work closely with the console manufacturer to like optimize it. Um so for the Switch 2, like especially like some of the third party games like Resident Evil or Dynasty Warriors or even like maybe Final Fantasy 7. The Switch 2 will definitely have like stronger legs in the coming like years, especially like with what they announced now. I think it's
Hmm.
proof of like they could be I don't think they could like easily compete against PS5 or Xbox, but they could be like a good enough contender. And I think like the Switch 2 sales, let's see, how much did it sell so far?
I heard
Let's
it
see.
sold like pretty well, at least the launch. But I know there's a website, Nintendo has a website where you could
Yeah.
check the lifetime sales of their consoles.
Yeah, like the PS5 is obviously like really way above the Switch 2 in every possible way because it came out like a couple of years before the Switch 2.
Yeah, so
Um
it had a head
I'm
start,
looking at a site called BG Charts. According to
which I
them,
use sometimes.
yeah. Yeah, according to them, they said the Switch 2 is selling a bit faster than the PlayStation 5 or like selling selling at like maybe a higher rate. It did not oversell the PS5 yet, but it is selling at a higher rate, which I think is partly because of, it's a slightly cheaper system and also like it's portable. So of course, and and the casual audience too, which don't forget about that. So yeah, it's like $500. PS5 is like what went up in price a bit, like
Yeah, I heard
to
about that.
yeah, because all yeah, all that stuff happening out. I don't want discussing your channel. Um, yeah, like the Switch 2, like let's say Switch 2 is the Pokemon ZA bundle. That's 500. PS5, just PS5 itself, like not the PS5 Slim is like 550, or PS5 Slim Console Digital Edition is 500. So yeah, it's like sort of close and similar price, but offers two different like variables. Like one's portable, one's not portable, and all that.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I'd say Switch 2 does have like stronger legs to stand on. And yeah, maybe it might outsell the PS5, but it does depend on the type of games that Switch 2 will get over the years. So if this direct was any indication, yeah, Switch 2 is going to be like a really good contender against the PS5.
Yeah, and it's just
Yeah.
nice to know that the library is expanding because I know, yeah, the Switch 2 came out with Street Fighter 6, Cyberpunk, but I kind of was already sort of like, well, that was the launch in June, and even though it's been
Mhm.
3 months, it's like I was kind of interested in also seeing what other additional first-party games Nintendo is coming out with. If you're
Yeah.
interested to know, I'm looking at Nintendo's website, and they said that the Switch 2 overall has sold 5.8 million units, so.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, oh, that's outpacing the Wii U, but that's a terrible comparison because the
Yeah.
Wii U
That's like
flopped.
saying
But
outpacing the Virtual Boy.
yeah,
It's
so
like, come
that's not a
on.
good comparison at all. But yeah,
I,
it's still cool to hear nearly 6 million units. I'm kind of wondering if the original Switch is gonna outsell the PS2. I don't usually like cover like console sales, but because if it sells over 160, that would put it over the PlayStation 2, right?
Slightly, maybe. But yeah, PS2 is like the reason why PS2 is still like even PS2 consoles are still selling, like not in this country obviously, but like I heard like even like in South America, because like it's a small console and like there's probably like maybe a whole bunch of reasons why it's still selling in South America. And
Uh-huh.
I think like they stopped making the PS2 console like I think like 5 years ago, I think like
Like
slightly
right
before
before the
is
PS4 was announced, if I remember
I think
correctly.
so. Yeah, but they were still making they were even I heard that like even EA was still making games for the PS2, like because like FIFA is like a huge series for the PlayStation and sport and a huge series for like other countries out there.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's like um I think it's really hard to even like dethrone the PS2 because all of like functionality, and I think even just the brand itself, like people like there's a whole subset of like different audiences for like PlayStation and Nintendo, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with PlayStation's like maybe for more like slightly more hardcore crowds, Nintendo's like maybe for like family oriented kind of. No
Yeah, I
hate to
see
like
what you
anyone who's
mean.
like, hardcore and into Nintendo. I know obviously Nintendo has some hardcore games, but yeah, it's like just the brand itself and also like the type of games it has. Um, I do. I don't think Switch 1 will even either like dethrone the PS2, or did it? Wait, best selling
Not yet.
console.
I think there's still potential. It's like 9 million units behind the PS2.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah, yeah,
especially
yeah.
because I think a
According,
factor is if the Switch 2's price does go up, then some people might, just go and say, okay, just
yeah,
get the
yeah,
original Switch. It'll be good for a few years.
yeah. Like according to Wikipedia, yeah, number one is PS2, number two is the DS, and number
Yeah.
three is the Switch. So yeah, maybe, but um, yeah, I guess so. Right? Hey, what's wrong? Okay. So, so you want to conclude on anything, Bobby? Because I got to take care of my dogs right now.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned your headset battery, but aside from what I said,
Yeah.
Mario movie, Virtual Boy, Yoshi's kind of cool. But yeah,
Hmm.
so yeah, overall I'd say this direct had its moments. You summed it up well when you said that, it was pretty fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fine. Like I said before, some ports, which sure, some a lot of remakes, like new games being remakes, which okay, I guess so, but um. hopefully like the remakes do sell well because like that's how you get new games too, like a new story. Just like if the remakes sell well, because remakes do like give reintroduce a story to a new audience, new generation of people.
Hmm.
And let's see, yeah, and some of the new games do like look pretty interesting too, like the Yoshi game and like um I want to say Final Emblem, but even like the new Pokemon game too. Yeah. And even man, no more. Oh yeah, even the Mario Tennis game, I forgot about that. But yeah, yeah, it's pretty fine. I'm not gonna buy a Switch 2 immediately. I'm still waiting for like a Switch 2 like Pro edition or something, or Switch 2 OLED 2 edition or whatever.
Hmm.
Like a hardware upgrade, like a slight hardware upgrade. What do you want
Yeah, I
to?
see what you
Yeah.
mean.
But yeah, like it says, it's fine. Yeah. So Bob, we want to conclude the live stream?
Yeah. Well, actually,
Oh,
it's not a live stream. I'm doing pre-recorded today because I'm
oh,
having
right.
technical issues. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us know in the comments what you thought of the direct that took place on September 12th. Like, what'd you think of it? Were there any announcements you think that should have been made? What are some other games you'd like to see on, well, both the original Switch and the Switch 2? But yeah, if you enjoyed this discussion, subscribe to my channel and like the video if you enjoyed it. So until next time, this has been Blood Moon Bobby and Ross, and we'll see you all later.
Okay, bye. Say bye, Didi. Bye bye.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.